First offering misses the mark. Into center. Rodriguez settles under it. Makes the catch, inning over. Ready to go for the last half of the inning. And stepping in for the Mariners, Willie Castro. And here it comes. Ohtani, a former MVP. He features a slider, a four-seamer, a splitter, a cutter, and he occasionally uses a curve. Righty to the plate. And now 1-2. Swings and misses, struck him out. Here's Josh Rojas, homered last night, added another hit as well. And that's in for a strike. And it's quickly 0-2 on the designated hitter. The next offering misses. 1-2 to count. Swings through it, and that's a strikeout.
Batting third.
And now it's Julio Rodriguez. That's a strike. It's 0-1. Julio Rodriguez, you're talking about one of the top young players in all of baseball, Chris. So talented. A Rookie of the Year, an All-Star, and a Silver Slugger.
And what I love about this kid is that he's all about the team.
Got him. Strike. And welcome back. New inning getting started. Stepping in, Jake McCarthy. That's ripped. Base hit.
That is it. The third baseman, number 13.
Here's Manny Machado now. Right now with more RBIs than anyone in the National League. It's a pitch out, nothing doing, and that's ball one.
Good speed on the base paths. He handles the bat very well. I wouldn't be surprised if the skipper puts on some type of hit and run or a run and hit.
The 1-0. Swing and a miss. Looked off balance that time.
Wow, no fair right there. I mean, that slider didn't move till the very last moment. Incredibly difficult to pick that up. Just kind of have to tip your cap on that pitch.
Miller checks the runner. McCarthy back easily. McCarthy on at first. Nobody out. Next pitch off the plate, and it's 2-2.
Well, this is a guy that can be frustrating for pitchers because he fouls off so many pitches and grinds out the at-bat. I'm sure there's some times where a pitcher would rather just give up a first pitch single than have to waste 6 or 7 pitches on one hitter.
Kicks and deals. Shoots a line drive single into right center. Hernandez quickly throws it in. And it's now first and second to start the inning. Vladimir Guerrero Jr. now. What a season it's been for him. He has supplied a lot of power and that average. And ball one. First and second here, no outs. Base hit center field. Runner around third on his way to the plate. He'll score, and it's 1-0.
He was all over that one. That was one of those swings that feels like you're swinging an aluminum bat. It jumped off so hard, squared it up, and it went screaming at 108 miles per hour.
Now at the plate, Ha-Sung Kim. That one fouled off. And the righty deals. Ground ball, could be 2. Over to Castro for 1. Over to first, safe. Gary Sanchez now. Tons of pop. Right now he's third in the National League in homers. Worm burner into the outfield for a knock. Runner from third comes across. It's 2-0.
Couldn't have timed it up any better than that. Smash that one through the infield for the knock. When it's hit that hard, it makes it very tough on the infielders to make any sort of play.
Now it's Matt Carpenter. On the ground, 2 ball. Crawford over to second for 1. Throw to first, but he beat it. Now it's Fernando Tatis Jr. He's 0 for 1. That one is absolutely belted. That's back. The run scores from third. It's 3-0. And it hits the fence. Pulls into third safely. And a run comes in to score.
Didn't take long to get a result for that at bat. So close to blasting that one out of here the other way. But well, that's very tough to do when you take on the outfield gap like that. Beautiful swing, though.
Oh, now this one is blasted to right. Forget it. Way back there and gone. A big blow to the home fans. His 24th home run of the season. It's 6-0. Number 33 gets the ball now. He's into the game with the bases empty. Now it's going to be Corbin Carroll. 0 for 1 with a flyout. First pitch doesn't find the zone. Good eye right there. Towards first. Steer takes it to the bag. That'll end the inning. We head to the bottom of the second. So now it's the Mariner cleanup hitter, Cal Raleigh. And he deals. That's a little bit low. That pitch in for a strike, and it's 1-2. Got him looking. That's a strikeout. And here is J.P. Crawford. 0-1. Got the bat going too soon. It's strike 2. That's to third. Handled by Machado. Slings to first. Already 2 out here in the home half of inning number 2. Teoscar Hernandez stands in here, leaves that one off the inside. Swing and a miss. 1-2. Righty delivers. Got him swinging. On to the third inning. Here's the cleanup hitter for the Padres, Jake McCarthy. Liner snagged at first. Here's Machado. And he swings and misses, and it's 0-1. Machado goes 6 feet 3 inches, hitting 5th in today's lineup. And he's a former Silver Slugger recipient in the National League. Ripped to short. Crawford throws to first in time. 2 up, 2 down. Here's Vladimir Guerrero Jr. He swings and fouls one off. And a pitch. Hit hard on the ground to short. Tosses to first. That's out number 3. Back at T-Mobile Park, bottom of the inning. And now for Seattle, Spencer Steer. There's a strike. Steer handling the duties at first. 25 years old. And he was a 3rd-round pick back in 2019.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Out there to center. McCarthy settles under it. Puts the squeeze on it. And there's one away. Here's Jared Kelenic. That one's in there, 0-1. That's inside. Swing and a miss as he was late. 1 down, base is empty. And a foul ball, he stays alive. And a pitch. Got him. That's out number 2. And Eugenio Suarez up to hit now. And the first pitch misses for ball 1. Suarez, a former All-Star, a member of the 1,000 hit club, and they went out and made a trade for him last season. So now 1-2. Got him swinging. On to the fourth. Here's the second baseman, Ha-Sung Kim.
Second baseman, Ha-Sung Kim.
The pitch. Out towards right center field. Snags it on the run. And there's one down. Gary Sanchez at the plate. Swings through that one. 0-1. Right-handed reliever. And a good eye there. And another ball. Swings and misses. It's a strikeout. Pulled the string on the changeup. Now it's the DH, Matt Carpenter. Now fly ball to right center. Rodriguez heads towards it. Pulls it in on the run. Bottom of the fourth. This is Willie Castro. The pitch. Strike one.
Well, these Mariners, to put it bluntly, need to put together more competitive at-bats, and I don't think they've lived up to their own expectations at the plate. Strikeouts are a little easier to stomach in baseball today, but even by those standards, they're going down way too often, and I think they're having a hard time getting any momentum going as a result.
Rojas now in the box, comes up empty with a swing there. There's a swing and a miss. That's down and in. Struck him out looking. 2 outs, base is empty. And up next for Seattle, Julio Rodriguez. The 1-0. And that one just missed off the outside edge. Edge of the zone for a strike. And it's 2-1. Swings through that one out in front that time. This one popped up. Brings it in for the 3rd out. We go to the top of the 5th, and the batter will be Fernando Tatis Jr. In the air out to center. Rodriguez settles under it. Puts it away for the out. Here's Ketel Marte. He's already homered here in this one. And he swings and misses at the initial offering. That one pushed to the left and foul. Gets a piece, and it stays 0-2. The wind of the pitch. Swing and a line drive, base hit out into center field. Just kind of sliced that one into center.
Back against the wall with 2 strikes, but found a way. Pitch was on the outside, didn't go the other way with it, but still a nice job of using the big part of the field to find a hole. No way he hits it that well if he hooks around the baseball there.
Carroll now at the plate as he swings through strike one. This ball's chopped on the ground. Castro sends it to first, and 2 away now. Jake McCarthy will hit next. He's got the power, but great contact skills. One of the best contact hitters in the game. And the first pitch misses for ball 1.
No strike.
And that one is lifted in the air. Kelnick under it. He's got it. And that is. We head to the bottom of the 5th. And now it's the cleanup hitter for the Mariners, Cal Raleigh. And a swing and a miss. And that one sliced foul. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. And one gone. And first offering is fouled off.
Well, on the mound, very efficient. Able to produce an outcome, it seems like, within the 3rd or 4th pitch of just about every at-bat.
Next offering is down low. And a count 2-1. And there's a breaking ball that drops in there. The M's hitless so far in the game. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. Blew the express right by his bat for strike 3. Hernandez swings through that one as he comes to the plate for the second time today. Misses inside. 2 balls and a strike. That's a strike.
Looking sharp, just a strike away from 5 shutout innings.
And down on strikes he goes. Back here at the ballpark, top 6 at the plate. Manny Machado. And he beats the throw. He's safe. Vladimir Guerrero Jr. the next up for the Padres. 1 for 2. That one down the line, and it goes just foul. Vladdy in his 5th season, 24 years old, and he's won a Silver Slugger in the American League. Runner at first with no outs here. That one missed.
Too close for me, partner, to take that 0-2 fastball, but for whatever reasons he let it go by. He's still in the at bat. I don't think he'll let the next one go.
He goes down looking. Kim, the batter now, as he swings and misses for strike 1. Left field. Kelnick in position and makes the grab. 2 away now. Here's Gary Sanchez now.
99.
This is a guy who is very highly regarded defensively. Fun to watch him control stuff behind the plate. Good game caller, good at framing, but it's that big arm that really stands out. And time called prior to the 0-1.
You come into the game knowing that unless the ball's in the dirt or gets by him, we're probably not going to steal anything today. So that's where you want to get a little more aggressive on your secondary lead and hope that some base hits, some slugs, some home runs can come into play.
They stop the lead runner at second. Now 2 on with 2 outs.
Well, I'll say this as a former position player and base stealer. When you come into a game and you've got a guy like this behind the dish with a big arm, you really have to change your approach. Can't try to steal because you'll get thrown out. Maybe get a little bigger lead, be aggressive on the secondary. But this type of guy shuts the running game down.
Swing and a miss, and it's 0-2. Up the middle. They get the force, and that is that. Bottom of the 6th, and stepping in for the Mariners, Spencer Steer. And there's a strike.
It really looks like these hitters have been in between with their timing today. Good fastball, excellent slider, but they've not been able to commit to one velocity and stay there.
Swings and misses. Looks like he's picked up right where he left off. Kelnick in the box with 1 away as he takes ball 1. The bit behind with that swing. It's strike 1.
I always remember watching Johan Santana pitch, and when he was in his prime, you would see a lot of guys out in front, right-handers pulling that change up in the stands and then fouling the fastball the opposite field up into the stands.
The Mariners still looking for their first hit in this one. And there's a strike. Foul ball. It stays 0-2. Cuts on it and misses. Gabe Spire will take over here.
Well, they need someone to stop the bleeding and keep the score right where it is. Seems like a tough task today with the way this lineup is swinging it.
Whips it to first on the run. And they take care of Tatis for the out. Ketel Marte up to the plate. He's already homered in this game. First offering, and it just misses.
Nasty backdoor slider. There's really nothing you can do with that if you swing at it. So that's a good take by him.
Here's a high fly ball out to center. Rodriguez settles under it and puts the squeeze on that. 2 away. Here's the left fielder, Corbin Carroll. He has, as they like to say, light tower power. Not a big guy, but a big swing and thunder in that bat. At the belt and fires. And a foul ball. The 0-2.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Just missed. Swings and misses. Welcome back. Set for the last half of the 7th. And now it's going to be Willie Castro. And there's a foul ball. 0-1. Right through there for a strike. Popped in the air, left side. And there's 1 down.
You know, he's been so great today. Really just throwing whatever the catcher puts down. I mean, hasn't shaken off the catcher very much at all today.
Rojas in the box here. Lets that one go for a ball. Bare hand grab. It's there, and that's a great play.
Well, he's doing a nice job of keeping the ball out of the air. Lets the defense work behind him with another ground ball. Good execution.
Rodriguez at the plate with 2 away. Swings through that one. That one to first, and that's just foul. And a pop-up, right side, foul territory. And he can't quite get there. It's a foul ball. Swings through that, and it's a strikeout. Back in Seattle, we go to the 8th. Stepping in for San Diego, Jake McCarthy.
Jake McCarthy.
Spire back to work. Swing, and that's ripped towards right center. Makes a nice running catch. And there's 1 down. Manny Machado up to the plate. On the ground to third. Slings it across. Machado out of the play. And now the first baseman, Vladimir Guerrero Jr. 1 for 3. In the air out towards right center. Rodriguez makes the play, and it's out. And welcome back. On to the bottom of the 8th. And now the catcher comes up to him. Cal Raleigh. That's in there. That's strike 1. Ohtani still out there to pitch the 8th and working with a big lead.
He's been excellent, really on his game in this one. And at this point, he wants to finish what he started.
Swing and a miss, and he is down on strikes for the 3rd straight at bat. Hit on the ground, and it gets through. Just like that, the perfect game is gone.
Well, clearly he was ready to hit right there. Once you get the ball by the pitcher, there's a lot of base hits up the middle, even on ground balls. So a nice job to use that big hole and get himself a hit.
Strike 2. Got him looking for the K. Couldn't pull the trigger on a fastball at the knees. Steer in the box with 2 gone, and takes a look at a called strike. Swings and misses. That is strike 2. Wouldn't chase that time. The 1-2. The punch out there. Back at T-Mobile Park, all set to start the 9th in this one. Now it's the second baseman, Ha-Sung Kim. Spire back to work. That's off the mark, and that's ball 1. Spire, in his 2nd season, he features a slider, a sinker, a 4-seamer, and he works in a changeup. And that one lifted in the air center field, and there's 1 down. There's Gary Sanchez. And first offering is fouled off.
These guys like this that have so much power, look forward to seeing them hit the ball a long way. But if you're in the stands, or you're in a broadcast booth, or you're a writer, better keep your eye on the game.
The 1-1. Swings and misses at the pitch off the plate.
Well, he went inside a couple of times, and now outside. Hitter's not exactly sure where to look for this next pitch.
In the air, left field. Kelnick hauls it in, and there's 2 away. Matt Carpenter, the next up for the Padres.
Matt Carpenter.
Swing and a miss, and he was fooled.
That pitch started in and ended up on the outside edge. Just changing planes and very difficult, especially for a left-handed hitter to track.
Kicks and fires. Goes down swinging for the... Welcome back. So bottom of the ninth. Now the left fielder, Jared Kellner. And a good fastball to start him off. That's strike one. 95 with that one. The stuff has been excellent. Lined, and that's a base hit.
Still able to come through behind in the count right there. Just a solid swing right there. Caught it out front and ripped it into the outfield for the base hit. Those always feel great. If you're going to get something going, this is the time to do it. You get the leadoff man on. Everybody's got to look over the shoulder and say, I'm just going to keep the line moving. Don't try to do too much.
Castro, the next to hit, takes ball one. Pitch misses there. 2 balls, no strikes. To first, maybe a 2-ball. Fires to second for 1. And that's a double play to end it.
Terrific job in this game. He scattered 2 hits and pretty dominant. Efficient with his pitch count. Got himself all the way to the finish line and finished what he started.
6-0 is how this one ends.